This is my first YouTube video, and this look is basically just my go-to look right now. It's pretty monochromatic with focusing using the same. I'm talking a lot. Using the same color scheme. I even use the blush that I use on my eyes as an eyeshadow, and it's just kind of a bronzy, sort of springy, lashy, neutral look. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone! Sorry about that scatterbrained intro, I was a little nervous. So first we'll start with prepping and priming the skin. I'm using this Embryolisse Lock Cream. It's a great moisturizer and primer all in one. Now I'm going in with the Becca EverMatte Poreless Priming Perfector. This is great for people with oily skin and larger pores like myself. I stick it really just in the T-zone and on my cheeks, and I make sure to pat and push this into the skin rather than rubbing. Now going in with the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. This is an amazing full coverage concealer that's very thick. I suffer from adult acne, joy. So I just really use this around my chin and jaw area where I have some hyperpigmentation from old acne marks. Now going in with Lorac Porefection Foundation. I just take a few pumps on the back of my hand and then dot it all over my face. And then I go in with a beauty sponge or a beauty blender and stipple and pounce all around my face to blend it out. If you don't have a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, you need to get one. They are a lazy girl's dream. You don't even have to look in the mirror. It's so quick and easy, and it creates a very flawless canvas. Wow, I never realized what a goober I look like when I'm doing my makeup. The facial expressions are just crazy. Now I'm going in with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC20. This is one of my favorite concealers for under the eyes and sort of highlighting the face. It is full coverage and it does not crease. The only thing with this one is that it sometimes can be a little drying, which isn't a problem for me, but if you are dry, just make sure that you moisturize your face properly. And I also like to use this on my eyes as an eye primer. And then I just use my beauty sponge and I blend it out, similar to how I did my foundation. Now going in with MAC Studio Fix NC20 powder. I'm going to use that to set the concealer zones of my face. I'm using a Sigma F35 to do that, and rather than just sweeping it on, I'm kind of pressing it into the skin. That'll give you more of a long-wearing foundation and concealer and make sure everything stays in place all day, as well as keeping you matte. You're also going to make sure to set the lids of the eyes where you put concealer on for primer as well. Now going in with MAC Studio Fix powder in NC30 to set the rest of my face. I'm using a Sephora brush number 55 to do that. Now I'm going in with the Balm Bahama Mama bronzer, and I'm using a big fluffy brush to do this. This is the Morphe M551. I've been loving a big fluffy brush to bronze and contour lately as opposed to a more precise little brush. It just allows you to be a little bit more sloppy and free with it, and then you just clean it up later with some baking. And when you're doing this, I find it's easy to do when you think of your face and each side of your face as a 3. So you want to do like your forehead down to right under your cheekbone and then down and under your chin. So that's a good way. The perimeter of your face is really what you want to be bronzing and contouring, as well as underneath your cheekbones. Now I'm going in with that same Bahama Mama bronzer on a little brush and doing some nose contouring. This brush I think is from my Naked palette from the Urban Decay. It's double-sided. Then I'm just taking that Sigma F35 that I used to set my concealer zones just to blend that out a little. Now going in with some Laura Mercier translucent powder for some baking. I'm using a Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number, but it is very narrow and it is great for sculpting out your contour and just cleaning that right up. And I also put a little under my eyes and a little down my nose, and we'll sweep that all off later. Now just combing out my brows a little bit with a spoolie. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in Chocolate to do my brows. I'm using a little Makeup Geek stiff flat definer brush to do that. I go in first with the lighter color of the duo and I outline the bottom of the front of my brows and sort of gently feather up the color into the body of the brow. And then I go in with the darker of the two colors and outline the rest of my brow from middle to the end of the tail, and then also feather up that color through the rest of the brow. Now going in with a little more of that MAC Studio Fix powder in NC20 on a little concealer brush to clean up under the brows and around the brows. You can use regular concealer for this, but I find this is a little bit easier, especially if you're in a rush or you don't really feel like taking your time. Now going in with Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, just that cream color there, and going all over the lid and up to the brown bone with that color on a little fluffy eyeshadow brush. Going in now with Lorac Buildable Blush in Cinematic. I've been loving this blush lately to use as a transition color on the eye. It's just so beautiful and warm, and it suits most skin tones and eye colors and just really emphasizes them. I'm using a Morphe fluffy blending brush to do this, just in windshield wiper motions and circular motions, just back and forth. Then going back in with that eyeshadow brush I used to do the cream color and just going over that and blending it out a bit. Now I'm taking that blush again. Oops, come back. I can't see. And yeah, just taking that color again on a pencil brush underneath my lower lash line, smoking it out. Now going in with the Maybelline Studio Gel Liner in Black is Black to do my wings. I'm using a BH Cosmetics angled brush that I got in a kit. I find when doing your winged liner, it's easiest to start from the corner of your eye and go up, draw your guideline up from your lower lash line, and then draw the top outline of your wing and connect it to your lash line and then fill it in. And then from there, just go on over and connect the liner to the inner corner of your eye. It's almost like eyeliner can sense your fear, so don't be afraid. Now I'm just taking that Sigma F35 brush with no additional product and dusting off the bakage under my eyes. Going in with the Lorac Buildable Blush in Cinematic again, I'm going to use that big fluffy brush that I used to do my bronzer to apply the blush, and I'm just following the same angle that I did for the bronzer, just sweeping it up from my apples of my cheek to my hairline and overlapping that bronzer a bit. Using my Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop palette now, I'm going to be using Champagne Pop to highlight on a Morphe brush G34. I'm just kind of stippling that onto the high points of my cheekbones and blending it in a bit with my finger afterwards. I'm going to touch the underneath my brow bone. A little bit on my Cupid's bow. A little bit on the inner corners of my eyes with a Makeup Geek definer brush. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Now going in with my favorites, House of Lashes in Iconic. They are such beautiful lashes. They give you those instant Disney princess eyes, and who doesn't want that? They are flared at the edges and they just really open your eyes and kind of give you an almond eye shape. They're beautiful. The trick with these, though, they can be a little difficult to put on because the band is so thick. So first of all, you want to make sure that you trim the band to fit your eye. And then you want to apply the lash glue. I applied it off camera and let it sit for a good minute so it could get nice and tacky before you even attempt to put them on. And then I just kind of put them on with my finger and use tweezers to pinch them into place on the lashes. Just kind of squeezing them and joining them up with your natural lash. And then I like to kind of push up on underneath them with my finger just to kind of push them up and make sure they're joined properly. Now going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer. I just really use this on my bottom lashes because they're kind of short and stumpy, and this just makes them, well, gives them a little bit of volume. Now using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara on my natural lashes. I use this to kind of blend them into the false lashes. The wand on this mascara is really great. It really allows you to just get in there. It's really little and precise. And then doing my bottom lashes as well. Now just dusting off the bakage from earlier with that big fluffy brush. Now going in with MAC lip liner in Boldly Bare to line my lips. This is a great neutral liner that is one of those colors that's like your lip color but better. Sorry, I have a problem talking, and I talk in accents sometimes too. We just can't help it. Going in with Lorac Ultra Eco Bombshell lipstick all over my lips. And using my finger to sort of blend it in with the lip liner. And then going in with Lorac Ultra Garden Socialite right in the center of my lips. Since this is a lighter nude, it will kind of give the illusion of a fuller, plumper lip. And then going in with Champagne Pop again and just popping that right on the center of my lip. Again, it'll give you the illusion of a fuller lip. Now going in with Evian Mineral Water Spray. I'm going to use this to set my face. Using a setting spray at the end is great because not only does it extend your makeup, it kind of sinks into the powders and creates more of a natural finish. And we're done. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.